All right, you still there? All right.
Yay, we got
Yay, we
it.
got it.
Technology, we're there.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Is anything echoing?
Now I can hear you. At first, I couldn't hear you that well. So let me make sure we are live. Yep, we are live. Let me record it and voila. All right, everyone, your host, Cy Smith, coming to you on a Thursday. Every Thursday is Health Day. I was just in Chicago, you guys, this week, and I rolled up on a sister putting in some real work in Chicago. Y'all know how I do. I pulled over, and this queen here, I have her on live right now with us. I'm about to introduce you to someone who is doing some phenomenal work. She, we go find out where this came from because she was painting on one of the black-owned businesses. She appears to be young, so I want to hear how she got started. So, Queen, without further ado, tell our audience, who are you?
Okay. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Reneko, and I am a Chicago local muralist, artist, poet, spoken word artist. I'm pretty well versed and well rounded in all of the talents that just have to do with creativity. But I got into doing really large displays of artwork when I was 22. So I was
Mm-hmm.
22, now I'm 25. And I started off with spoken word, but to make the spoken word, to bring it back into the community, other than doing volunteer or community projects, I wanted to do art, something that was more representative of me, that I knew could stick around in the neighborhood longer, and that basically, provide a sense of therapy for the community, because I know when you can see something that's really beautiful, it makes your whole day brighter, it makes your mood lighter, and it does really great things for your mind and your system. So when I was 22, I started working with the St. Sabina Stein Learning Gardens on 78th and Racine. And they allowed me to put a mural into their garden that was maybe 16 feet wide and 8 feet tall. So that's when I had a feeling like all of these projects are probably about to be this huge, and they were. So that was my very first project, and I'm very grateful to them because I've been working with them since I was 17, but the garden had just been there for maybe 3 or 4 years. So after
Well,
I did my art,
now you started going to Saint Sabina at 17.
yes.
So what led you there? You lived in the neighborhood, you saw them out there. Like, what led you there?
Um, Really just the work that they were doing. And so when I finally heard that they were having a summer program that I could be a part of, I went ahead just to see how I could get involved, because I guess that's really the type of person I am. Because outside, like I mentioned before about the community projects, I was volunteering at so many different organizations. But St. Sabina stuck with me, and I stuck with them from
Like,
17 until now. I'm still really great, friends with everybody there.
now, are you the only child?
Yes,
So you got a little spoiled child syndrome, or you not you
of
good?
course.
Okay. Right.
You could joke about it all day, yes. And I have exercised my privilege, as you can see.
All right. So you in Chicago. Our audience is in different parts around the country. So they hear about outsiders hear about the shooting and killing. You right there in the heart of it. How do you feel about putting something positive in the midst of sometimes the violence that strikes?
Putting something positive in the midst of, because there was even this one time where I was trying to basically get a letter of recommendation from our alderman in the 21st ward. And as I was trying to talk to the people in the office, someone was getting arrested right outside. And it really shook me, because I want my work to be effective, and I want it to be able to have a positive impact on things that happen like that, because a lot of the times, we see people getting profiled against in those types of situations. So um how effective it is to even preventing, because while I've been doing my projects, I have unfortunately like had news come to me about the passing of those younger than me, some older than me, but you know, everybody's like within our 20s. And how am I really, I just am trying to just push the message forward more now, because before I would just do the artwork, take the pictures, you know, host like a little gathering, get together afterwards, you know, like punch and snacks and stuff. And that's fulfilling, but it wasn't you know, helping like that issue. So like I mentioned, like nobody really knows how to break this to like make it like great again within our neighborhoods.
Well, Donald Trump said he gonna make it great again.
I know, I'm just like, I did just say make it great again. He tried, but he didn't do a very good job, as we can see. So as we matter into our own hands, like I mentioned, I'm just like trying to spread more my art more, because I never would really post it or talk about it, or you know, just overexpose myself. And now I'm just getting into that more because I know I have a positive message, and maybe I can really like change somebody's mind or something.
Well, you'd be surprised. Like I said, you definitely caught my attention. So, but let me ask you, what places have you traveled to with what you do? What other cities and states?
I have not gone to any other cities yet, but I have been watching other women in other cities do the work that I've been doing, like similar, and their work is phenomenal as well. So I'll be able to link you to their Instagrams, and so everyone can get like a more holistic view of like women in cities doing this type of work. But I have just been like stationed in Chicago right now. I've done a complete like number of like 7 projects between 22 and 25. So it's not too bad.
No, we have a network, and again, I named a few people I want to link you with immediately. That's why this interview is important, because I get to send them this link and then connect you guys later as well. So, is this how you make money? Like, is money like, where are you financially when it comes to your craft?
It is just like a side hustle, because it's developed more into a hobby. I just haven't been able to scale it the way that I like to yet. Between the 2019 when I did my first mural and today, I've made a collective maybe of like 8,000 off of my murals. So that's not a lot, but it's like, you know, it's good like part-time side hustle income. And what do I do?
But you're open for doing it. You're open to taking it full time. Like, is that?
Yes. So that the point of me doing these huge projects is because I don't really like coming across artwork where it's just like they just want you to buy this picture. Because it's like, what does this stand for? What am I buying? Like, who are you as an artist? So I did these extra huge projects so that when I do come down to making like tiny posters or like a t-shirt or something like this, because this was a brand that I bought. It's called Mystery, and he like focuses on bags right now. So he started with t-shirts, hoodies, and the jeans. But you know, so that's his go-to now after I guess he's like looked at the market. But for me, when I come down and I want to start making these t-shirts or the posters, like I just mentioned, I wanted my artwork to have already like had a meaning, like bigger than me. So I really feel like I've accomplished that. And that's how I'm planning on going about advertising myself and making Reneco full time. Because it's a really good name, really good concept. I'm calling it Ad Solutions for Artists. So I'm just, you know, taking it just one day, one step, one project at a time.
What about the spoken word? Where did that come from?
The spoken word, like I mentioned, I am just creative and talented all around. So I started spoken word when I was a child. I've been drawing since I was a child. It's just once I got to college age, I started looking for organizations where I could develop my talents and where I could just be around like-minded individuals and we could just all grow together. And I was successful in doing that. So once I seen that that was requiring, what happened? Really, like I mentioned, I think it was what really started me to doing like extra large projects. I wanted to drop like a music project or just like, you know, a written project with like some lyrics, music composition in the back. but like I mentioned, I really wanted it to have a purpose. So that's where I added the art in and just made it bigger. And I think that was going to help me like add a purpose onto the spoken word. So I always wanted to wrap back around and get back to that. Because it's like people's voices are important, and people like they state the obvious all the time, but I guess sometimes the obvious just isn't so obvious. So we have a lot of like influencers and creators who are known for just just basically breaking down a poem. Like I feel like poetry really covered half the things these influencers are trying to cover.
But you have to have a certain amount of confidence to perform in front of people. So like, were you always with that? You was never
Yes.
shy to perform?
Yes, like front center stage for everything.
Okay, now are you a Capricorn or Leo?
Sagittarius. Thank you for picking up on that. What's your sign? I have to ask.
I'm January 10th. I'm a Capricorn, but yeah.
Awesome. I love January 10th. Okay, my best friend's birthday. That's great.
Oh, okay, good. They're among good company. So we have. I just see so many avenues here, so many people to link you with, and the attitude matters. It matters the most, and I can just tell they're gonna love your attitude and energy. And I think the sky's the limit. Where you see yourself at 5 years and then 10 years from now.
5 years and then 10 years from now. 5 years, I'm just hoping to have my house paid off a little bit, and just be in a real stable environment and just, have a bunch of extra cash left over. 10 years from now, I see myself using all of that 5-year energy to find different ways to just keep investing back into the community. Because I have friends that are doing scholarships, they're doing food giveaways, and everything's like the names of everything is just slipping me right now. So FemDot, Trap House Chicago, some of my friends are like DJing right now, and that's just how they're going about giving back and doing like mental health awareness and things. Right, so that's now. So just imagine 10 years from now, that's gonna be us then. Just
now, you been to Atlanta before?
Yes, I think I may be going soon.
Did you like it?
Yes. I really only went around Lenox Square maybe a couple of times. The only time I went really was for a church convention, and they had us just like doing churchy stuff and taking tours around the city. And my family lives there, so we stopped to see my family for a second, but that was really it. We went for church.
No, I mean your family here, that's a big deal. You can come back whenever. So that's a good thing. What about Gary, Indiana?
Gary, Indiana, no, I have not really been there. I've driven past Michael Jackson's house. That's in Gary, right? Okay, so I've driven past that. I seen that.
Okay, all right. Well, no, that's a big deal for us. That's one of our hubs, and it's a lot of artists down there. So again, we go do that to link everything together. So what do you expect? What do you think in regards to what we do? What I was explaining to you, what we do. Any thoughts and questions on that?
Yes, if you could just elaborate, tell me some little history about what goes on with the Chicago Village. I would much appreciate that. What I was thinking, because like I mentioned to you before about the Invest Southwest and GAGDC, they always have like great things going on. So I thought that you guys were similar to them. But just, let me know what's going on.
Yeah. So I'm the founder. I grew up in Cabrini Green and Jane Addams, 2 housing projects. And growing up, it was rough. And it was the Navy that allowed me to get away in '93. And traveling around the world gave me a vision that just no one can take away from me. So I just came home and started working that vision. And 26 years later, this is where we are now, with a network that spans 20 African countries, 20 US cities, and 20 Chicago zip codes.
Congratulations.
To link that. Yeah, thank you. And the bottom line is, it's designed so that there's layers of support. So we meet you, we give you layers of support with that infrastructure that we have. So I can envision you performing in Nigeria with Aishola, spoken word, and Nigeria is our headquarters for all poets.
I have my passport.
Yeah, so there you go. So stuff like that. But that's what it is. It's designed so that when we meet a person, there's a space, no matter where we are in Chicago,
and that's beautiful.
Atlanta. Yeah. You're gonna like it. Trust me. When we start linking you, and it's for people to go to the next level. That's
I
all.
appreciate that. Thank y'all for being here. Cause
Yeah.
they
Wait till.
they only was able to hold me till I turned 24. I'm 25 now. So
Well, and the key is for you to help that 5 and 6 year old that when you was 5 and 6, someone honed your skills and helped you get to where you are now. So each
and that's
one is
so
giving
important.
back. Yeah. So yeah, well that's it. Now, do you have all the electronic ways of getting money? Cash App, Zelle, Quick Pay, all of that?
I have everything but quick pay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I have Zelle, I have Cash App.
So if someone wanted to send you something now, what do you recommend? Cash App?
I recommend Zelle. If you guys can Zelle me, Cash App is fine. I go by Reneko on everything because nobody has taken that name since it's so awesome.
How you spell it?
Reneqo. So that is Reneko for you. The QO is Japanese for a company.
So it's cat $ RENEQO.
Yes.
Okay. And the email is the same
The
at Gmail.
email is my first and last name. So I'll be able to forward you my email because, like I
Okay.
mentioned with my website, I'm transferring the domain right now.
Okay. Well, I love your energy. That's what fits of youth.
Thank
The
you.
energy is there. You haven't been beat down and drained. So that's a great thing.
You can't
so,
see it in my face. Okay. All right. We making
so
progress today here.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to working with you, and I'm gonna call you when we're done here. But I wanted to capture that about you so we can share it and make sure everyone can see it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate this because, like I said, I'm just looking for ways to just continuously overexpose myself so I could just
Yep.
keep growing. And thank you.
Nice. You know
Thank you for
Nike's motto,
stopping
right?
and saying something. Yes.
You know the shoe company motto, Nike.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is? The motto.
What? Just do it.
Yep.
That's what you said when you had to pull it up because I'm just like, he sees the art, he likes it. Like, what are we about to get into now? So that I love that. Thank you. The other people who came and spoke to me, they own the daycare across the street that I went to, like as a kid. So that was really cool. I have to go back over and connect with
Well,
them.
they should give you some business then, right?
I'm gonna go connect with them. I'm gonna go say what's up to them.
Yeah,
Before
no,
we
that's it.